Hi, this is Lady Lex UK and here's another tutorial for Project Spark. Now recently I put a request into the Project Spark Team Club asking team members, what would you like to see on my channel? What would you like me to build? What tutorials would you like? And the first two responses were, we would like some stealth mechanics. Now I've already done a stealth mechanic video, so if you go to my playlist and look at Project Spark tutorials, you should be able to find it there, or you can go to my website projectspark.co.uk, type in stealth and you'll find it that way. That video is about sneaking past sleeping guards, and it's all to do with the speed at which you move your player. If you move too fast, you'll wake up the guard and he'll attack you. So if you want that type of stealth mechanic, go check out that video. This video is going to be about visual detection. So when you're trying to sneak around in an area and you don't want to be spotted by the guards, and how to set off an alarm and that sort of thing. So that's what we're going to be doing. Now somebody else asked about crouching as part of like a stealth mechanic. You can't do that in Project Spark in third person. You could possibly make an emote and then start moving characters around using positioning, but it looks a bit naff. So I think we'll just stick with the limitations and say that one I can't do. But there are some other requests in there. Please keep them coming, and I'm going to be working my way through them. So go to Project Spark Team Club, go to the feed, join the group if you haven't already, and then put in your suggestions for tutorials, or you can put in the comments below what tutorials you'd like to see progressing as we go on. So let's start off with our stealth mechanic then. So if I put up an ordinary enemy here and have a look at its brain, the way it detects an enemy is that it looks for its nearest one. And that nearest enemy doesn't have to be very close. It can be completely other side of the map. It could be on another island. All it does is it creates a my enemy variable. And if the distance to that enemy is less than 20 units, then it's going to move towards you. Excuse me. And then when the distance is less than 2, then he's going to attack. And that's a basic brain. It's very short, one page, that's it. So it doesn't use the detect sensors at all. It only uses distance, and that's not really very useful for creating a stealth mechanic, so we'll get rid of him. Now here we have a goblin, and this one I've made the detect sensor very, very visible, and we're going to use the detect sensor this time to activate our goblin. And I've got 2 pages this time, and on the first page I've put the wandering villager brain. I've made sure it's team 2, and I've said if you detect the enemy, then we're going to set a global boolean called enemy detected, and we're going to make that true. And then we're going to switch to page 2, and here we have the enemy brain as normal, so you can attack. And in this goblin brain, it's the same, except he's going to switch to page 2 when the global enemy detected is true. And it's exactly the same as the other one. It's going to do it when detect the enemy, global enemy detected was true. But he's only going to switch to page 2 when that global enemy detected is true, which means he will attack if this is set. You don't have to be anywhere near him. He will attack. He will start chasing you down. He's in attack mode as soon as this boolean is true. So let's show what that looks like in practice. So we have our 2 goblins here. Where am I? I'm miles over here. Right, okay. So if I was to, they're all moving around, like if I was to attack the goblin on the right there with the green jacket on, there we go, his jacket's gone red, I'm attacking him, and the other goblin couldn't care less, generally couldn't care less. I've even killed his mate, it doesn't matter, he's not going to attack me because I haven't got intrusive detection zone. And there you are. I've got intrusive detection zone. He was facing the other way, but somehow he knew it was there, and he turned around, and I can now attack him, and he's dead, and it's all good. But if I do it the other way round, so I'll get detected by this one, that other goblin is going to join in the fight because I've set that boolean off, and he's now in attack mode, exactly the same as this one, and they both get killed. Right, well that's the detect zone, but the detect zone isn't very big. That's as large as it will go. That's it, that's as big as it will go, which isn't very big. And also, the problem with this is, as you can see, if you can't really creep up on it from behind, because he'll detect you as soon as you go over that threshold, and he'll quickly turn around and face you. So you can't really sneak about and do anything stealthy. So here we have a goblin, and this one has got a sea sensor. And now the sea sensor, if I lift up this goblin, you can see it's really tall, it's really big. That's its sea area. I don't really know why it needs to be that big, because obviously you're not going to be seeing things that are embedded in the ground. But anyway, there it is. There's the sea sensor, and he's only going to see anything within this sort of cone area here. He's only going to detect that. It's not going to go all the way around like the detect sensor. It's only in this little area at the front of him. And so let's have a look. So it's got the same brain as the others, except it's going to use the sea sensor. Now I can get really close. I can twiddle his ears. He won't do anything because I'm not within his he can't see me. But as soon as I get within, whoa, he can see me now, and he's now in attack mode. And there we go, he's attacking me, and there we are. But not really all that handy for a stealth thing quite yet. We haven't quite got there. Now here is a logic cube, and I'm going to use the sensor as a spotlight. So what I've done is I've got this cube, and it's just going to turn slowly, and when it sees the player it's going to flash red, and we'll just turn this off for now. Otherwise it's going to be white. So let's have a look and see what that does. Right, we don't want to get within. Oh, we're going to get trapped, aren't we? Are we? I think we can sneak past them. We're good. Right, now you can see our cube is going around, and there's like a spotlight. And now if I get into the spotlight, let's stand here and wait, it's going to go red. And it'll do that every time I get within this zone. There we go. So how's that done? Well, these are transparent shadows, and I've got 3 of them here just to sort of fill in that cone area as much as possible. Try to get it to be that area and not outside it as much as you possibly can. And just attach those to your cube, and they'll go round with the cube, and that creates like a spotlight effect. So you can use that to set off an alarm. So let's ignore that line. So we now got global detected equals true, like we had in the goblins. And when global detected is true, it's going to play this alarm car warning. Now it's only going to play it in the local area. If you want it so it will play everywhere. Stick that everywhere in there. Now let's see what happens. So I'm going to try and sneak past these goblins again. Let's go this way. It's safer this way, I think. I hope. Right, there we go. And there's the spotlight. And oh, it's got me. And the alarm's going off. Oh, and there's goblins coming racing towards me, and they're going to attack me now because the boolean has been activated. So you could use that for like a spotlight on a fort thing, like in Far Cry, or Ghost Recon or that type of game. Spotlights, especially good at night. You could attach a light bulb to that so that you actually have a light as well. And there you go. Pretty cool, I think. So that's that one. Now over here, let me just turn this brain on. I've got another goblin with a sea sensor. Now that's the largest it will go. That's the biggest it will be. And I've slightly improved his movement. So he's now got a slightly improved Wandering Villager brain in that he's got he's going to have 3 options. Random number 1 to 3, and so he's either going to turn or he's going to move. There we go, he's going to turn or move, and he's going to do it for 4 seconds every time. And what I've got here is I'm going to create a number variable called C amount, and I'm going to clamp that so it goes to 0 to 5. And when this goblin can see the enemy, but only within line of sight, that means there's nothing between him and you. So if you're standing between, there's an object between the two of you, so he can't see you directly, he won't be able to see you. So he can only see you if there's a line of sight. You can see with no uninterrupted view. He will turn towards you, and that C amount will start to increase. Now, once that C amount is bigger than 0, it's going to display a meter above his head with a maximum of 5. And after that C amount is greater than 0, and then he can't see you, so he started to see you, then he can't see you, that will then decrease until it gets down to 0. And if that C amount hits 5, then the global enemy detected equals true. So let's see that working. So he's got quite a big sensor, so we've got to keep well away from him for now. Okay, I'm behind this tree. Oh, I didn't turn his brain on. Might be useful. It's not going to work if I don't turn his brain on. There we go. Best laid plans. Okay, so there he is. I'm going to keep behind this tree. Keep the tree between him and me. He can't see me. I can just about see him. He can't see me because I'm between him and the tree. Oh, hang on, he's moved. Can you see me? Oh, he's moved again. Oh, he's turning round. No, he still can't see me. It's all good. Oh, you can see me. Quick! Hide behind the tree. And the meter goes down. Okay. So I'll try and creep up on it. Oh, he's moving again. There we go. Oh. He's running away. Oh, you can see me, quick, behind the tree. Oh, too late, he spotted me. He's spotted me, he's now attacking. That global boolean has been set. And I do believe this other goblin is coming for me as well. He's trapped behind that tree. Luckily for me, but he is activated. He's got his red shirt on. There we go. So if you could combine this with the pathfinding video that I did previously so that you don't get trapped around trees. But anyway, there it was working. Now, obviously, if you're going to set a global boolean, you've got to be very careful about how you use it. And now, you need to be able to turn that off, because if you have some goblins in this area and then you move on to another area, you don't want it so that the global detection boolean is already activated before you've actually done anything. So you've got to take that in mind. The way that I've got around this in this way is I've created a set. So I've put all my goblins into a goblin set for the scene, and when they're dead, that goblin scene is going to be decreased by them. And then in this tree I've got a little bit of code that says when the goblin scene 1 count is 0, then we'll turn that goblin detected equals false off. And you might wonder why this goblin didn't come and attack us. Well, he was activated. He went into a little red shirt. But I've got here that you'll only move towards the enemy if the distance to the enemy is less than 50. So we were too far away for him to move. You could also set them so that they will only move towards the enemy if the global scene is correct, etc., etc. You could just think carefully about that. And I've got it here so that if the global enemy detected is not true, then he'll switch back to page 1. He's not in attack mode anymore. So that way you don't have a detect mode all the way through. So have a think about when you're using these global detections, anything global actually, that you need to be able to turn it off before you go into another area or do something else. You don't want it activated all the time. So there you go. There is a stealth mechanic. I hope that is useful and is the sort of thing that you were after. If it's not, leave it in the comments. And I'm happy to do any tutorials that anybody wants. So in the comments or on the Project Spark Team Club, I've got a post there. Just put whatever you fancy me to make. I will have a go at it and hopefully do a tutorial. So thanks for watching and keep sparking.